So the Beyonce drop happened at the wrap party for the film. I had rented a theater in Beverly Hills, at this in Beverly Hills on Wilshire, this theater, and we were going to show the movie to my friends and family and to the cast, and then we had a wrap party that was scheduled in like the next room. There was like an art exhibit type of room, and I had food that it catered or whatever, and so everybody came to watch the film. You know, it was packed house. Some of my friends and family and the cast, and so everybody saw it. It was great. Yeah, we get to the art exhibit room where the food is, and there's cake, and there's soul food that I had catered, and I get up to do a speech, and so I go to the front of the room, and I say, wanted to announce that this is actually the graphic novel for the whole thing came about because I've been working on this graphic novel series for about almost 2 years. And so Rayven Choi was like probably the second screenplay I ever wrote. And so I kept thinking I should turn this into a comic book. I should turn this into a comic book. And so after I think Jamaica and then Project Greenlight happened, I was like, well, let me go ahead and start this. So we've been working on it pretty much in rogue for like almost 2 years. We're 2 books in. The first book will come out on Tuesday, and then after that, I don't know, just whenever I feel like putting it out, I guess. It depends on how it goes. So Rayven is hopefully going to be one of the first Black heroes, or Sheroes really. This is my company, it's called. So it's coming out under my comic book company, Shero Comics. And so, 6-part graphic novel series, and that's what the trailer was about. I was originally just going to shoot a trailer. And then my friend Messiah was like, well, if you already have the cameras here, you might as well just shoot a short film. And so I pulled it off. I spent 2 years working on 2 graphic novels, 2 chapters of the graphic novel series, had my company logo, everything made, and then at the wrap party, we dropped it on everybody. And then the next week, I was on Facebook, dropped it to everybody else. The book is coming out this week. And they went and bought it. I think we sold a bunch of books that first week, which was great. So it was a Beyonce drop in the year of 2016, July. People responded to the book online. I mean, they really bought it. A lot of friends and family, they shared it. This is back in 2016. And even then, compared to now, like the internet was just different. Like people, it was a happier place. It wasn't as trifling as it is now. People shared things with each other, things that they loved, and they talked about you, you know. So it was like I didn't really have to try to do a big marketing campaign, even though we had press releases that went out to the public and all of that. But it was just people organically shared it. They were very excited about me doing a comic book, very excited about me doing a comic book that featured a Black woman. I think at that point in time, I'm not even sure if Marvel had hired a Black woman to write a comic book for them, or maybe that was the year that they actually hired a Black woman. So it was just like me kind of being there with my book and with my company, Shero Comics. It was a big deal. So I remember I was working for Coca-Cola. My territory was Beverly Hills. So I was riding around in my little Michelle Obama dress and my heels, and riding around Beverly Hills, and it just hit me one day. It was like, Shero. We got all these heroes out here. We need a Shero. And so I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good name, Shequeta, but you're never going to get that. There's never going to be a URL for that. You're never going to be able to get that. Someone's probably already trademarked that. I get home. I get on my computer. I go to GoDaddy and type in SheroComics.com, and it's there. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. No one has thought about women in this world of comics. And I bought that URL, and later on I trademarked Shero Comics and Shero actually. But yeah, it was just like I knew that there was like I say, there was a gap, there was a space for this, there was a need for this of having Black women in comics, and that was the genesis of it. Online, I think it was still pretty new. By the time we got to Comic Cons, though, that's when we really got a chance to kind of see how people reacted to it. Yeah, it was pretty darn amazing. Like, I was very, very prepared. Like I said, I was doing this for 2 years in secret. So by the time we came to launch date and putting this out there, everything was done. I was very professional. I already had a step and repeat with Shero Comics on it. I kind of knew where we were going with this, somewhat. But yeah, it was people loved the colors. I wanted the logo to look like candy. That's what I told the guy when he was working on the logo for me. I kind of knew what I wanted, and so I wanted to look like bubblegum. And people love bubblegum, and kids love bubblegum, and adults love bubblegum. And so that's why the Shero Comics logo looks the way it does, because it appeals to people. And still to this day, when they see it, people they feel like they know it already. So I think it gives me a lot of brand awareness, and from the jump, people knew what was up when they saw Shero.
Next week on the Shero Universe miniseries.
So yeah, we kind of went in there with these T-shirts already made, and Pussy Kills. Every time we take that T-shirt anywhere, from the very first comic convention until now, it still sells like crazy.